Hello lovelies, this is Inge Fleur, your fertility homeopath. Welcome to this special video I've created for you to help you in your 2-week wait. I hope you will find this exercise calming and grounding, something every gal will likely need in her 2-week wait. We're going to get back into our bodies with this exercise, or better said, connect our head back to our body, to our hearts with our feelings, our belly with our intuition, and our feet to get grounded in the here and now. Go ahead and close your eyes, that usually helps. Set your feet on the ground and gently place your hands on your thighs or knees, whatever feels comfortable. For now, just breathe and allow your anxious or wild thoughts to run free. You have permission to not control them for the moment and just let them be. With this exercise, we're going to reconnect our spinning heads with our bodies so that we can get out of our head with all its crazy what ifs and what if nots. I find that the best way of getting out of my head is by focusing on my body. After all, the worst way to get out of our heads is to say, get out of your head. The 2-week wait can be so exhausting, anxiety-ridden, and filled with uncertainty. I think one reason is because we tend to only share a little with our husbands about our feelings because we don't want to annoy them, especially if this isn't the first 2-week wait. And we rarely share even with just a friend or family member what we're going through. And then secondly, we are in this weird limbo of not wanting to get our hopes up only to have a crushed dream of our period show up. But at the same time, wanting to make sure our baby feels loved, acknowledged, and nurtured. Should it be there? Now imagine that you have a center, the shape of, let's say, a tube. It goes from the middle of your head down to your heart, straight down to your belly. What do you feel? Is your middle centered? Or are you leaning forwards, backwards, sideways? If we lean forwards, that usually means we are very engaged with others and our environment. But in that process, we lose ourselves. If we lean backwards, we may be a little bit too introverted and not connecting with our environment. Now, don't worry too much about whether you're literally leaning back or forwards or not. This may be the case, but it may be more metaphorical for you. The goal of this exercise is not for you to pass an exam. It's a tool in which I guide you to allow to surface how you are doing, what you are thinking, how you are feeling. We tend to suppress how we feel or rationalize how we feel. While when we are connected with our intuition and our heart's condition, it's easier to stay centered and connected with ourselves, and then it's easier for us to stay balanced. All right, so back to that tube. Is your head aligned with your heart and with your belly? Let's try to get there. Feel where your head is resting on your neck. We can sometimes really squash this spot, and that can give us neck pain and tension headaches. It can even give us tonsillitis or bursitis in our shoulder and even cavities because we are killing the blood supply. So let's make some space. See if you can stretch your head to the sky. Just in that area, creating space where your head rests on your spine. That means you need to keep your tailbone stretched towards the earth as you tilt your head upwards. You may need more time and some practice to do this, and for the sake of this video, I will move it along a little, but nothing is stopping you from pausing this video in the meantime, okay? Now that we have looked at aligning our body, let's move our awareness to our hearts without letting go of that alignment. How's your heart doing? Your heart is about your emotions, about your feelings. Are you happy? Are you sad? Do you feel whole? Loved? Do you love yourself and others? Are you hurt? Often when we are out of balance with our hearts, we react either by being super enthusiastic, over enthusiastic, or by reacting overly hurt when something happens. Do you recognize this in your life? You may have a heart imbalance. allow anything to come up for you right now. This time is for you. As we continue to hold on to that alignment and we stay aware of our hearts, now let's move into our bellies. Just sink into your belly. Imagine a slowly played video of a puppy jumping into a big fat duvet and see that puppy just sink into the softness of the duvet. That's you, sinking into your belly. See if you can get your breathing downwards, not just up in your chest. Hold your alignment, be aware of your heart, sink into your belly and breathe. You don't have to hold your belly in for this exercise. Our belly we often ignore. It has to do with society. There is a lot of respect for our heads, for our mind, for being rational. That's what at least Western society is built on. Luckily, there is more attention for our hearts these days, how we feel about something, but we do great allowing more room for our bellies too. You see, we do have many sayings about bellies, right? Gut wrenching, we talk about gut feelings, something making you sick to the stomach. That all has to do with intuition, with a knowing that you can't always explain. That is, if you allow it, of course. Many of us are out of touch with our bellies and our intuition in that way, but I've been told, haha, that you can reclaim it. For example, your belly knows often if food is good for you or not, right? You may have an aversion to something that you intuitively know makes you sick, or a desire for something you need. Now, of course, I'm not talking about the candy cravings. Those are just addictions. I mean, if you suddenly want fish or green beans or you crave butter, those are good examples. Our belly is all about our sexuality as well. It's where our uterus is, our ovaries. I don't need to tell you that sexuality is still repressed in society, no matter how much we think promiscuity means we're free in our sexuality. So our bellies, especially now in our 2-week wait, are so important. Our bellies are about us as a woman, as a mother, a lover, as a nurturer. We suck in our gut to not look fat. We tighten our buttocks. We keep in our gas. Many of us sit a lot and squish our bellies and tighten our abdominal and pelvic muscles. Let them be. What if there is indeed a little embryo nesting there right now? Sink into your belly and breathe deeply. Allow the blood to circulate there and bring nutrients to that uterus. Even if there isn't an embryo, doesn't your uterus deserve blood flow with life-giving oxygen and nutrients because you deserve it? If we allow ourselves to sink into our bellies, we'll have power, empowered to make decisions, because we're close to ourselves and our intuition, and not led by our circumstances or what other people say or think, or what we think is a rational reaction. Okay, let's keep that alignment awareness, the awareness of our hearts and the breathing in our belly, and let's travel down to our feet. Feel how your feet touch the ground. Are you even aware of your feet? Are they always cold because you're usually living in your head? Let's imagine our breathing down to our feet. I know that can sound a bit weird, so if you don't get that bit, ignore it. Just focus on your alignment and breathing, okay? Let's send some blood to those poor old legs and feet. Your feet are the way you connect with the earth, how you stand. Think of sayings like standing your ground or feeling grounded. The latter is what we're looking for. But if we live in our heads, then this exercise of trying is good for you. Perhaps you can feel your feet warm up. That is a result of relaxation. If muscles relax, the blood flow picks up and you can warm up. Okay, now travel up into your head. Think of a recent thing that's been making you stressed or feel like you're losing control or upset or anxious. It may be about your fertility journey or this potential pregnancy, but anything else that comes to mind is okay too. All right, something coming up for you? Now feel in your body how it's bringing you out of balance. Does your breathing change? Do you get out of alignment again? Do you feel part of your body tightening up perhaps? Okay, keep that thought in mind and bring back your alignment as we did before. Alignment of your head and your heart and your belly. Breathe into your belly and give room to your heart. Take it to your feet and imagine the stress exiting through your feet. Look at that anxiety-driven thought. Has your perspective changed? It very likely has, because you are back in your center. And from your center, you can use your heart and your intuition to look at that situation together with your head. If you're more in your head than your body, that can result in trying to control your circumstances. Perhaps you have come up with a solution now you never thought of. Maybe suddenly the thought isn't so scary anymore, or you can laugh at it. It may have shrunk, or you simply have let go of it. If not, that's okay. This is not an exam. It's a tool to help you relax. And relaxing automatically happens if you're able to match your head with your body, as we have done in this exercise. All right, slowly come out to the world again. You may feel like opening your eyes, or if you have time to take a nap and feel like it, go ahead. If you want some more support for your 2-week wait, you can click on the video on your screen. I hope you feel better than at the beginning of this video. Feel free to replay this video anytime you need, but now that you know what to do, you can actually do this anytime and any place to check in with your alignment, where your heart is at, where your belly is at, and how your feet are. See you in the next video. Bye.